Fox host Tucker Carlson on Wednesday accused Senator Lindsey Graham of convincing President Trump to sit for interviews with Bob Woodward for the journalist's forthcoming book, Rage, that reveals remarks by the president downplaying the coronavirus threat publicly while acknowledging its severity in private. Carlson, just hours after recordings of Woodward's interviews with Trump were released, said it is surprising that Trump sat for interviews with Woodward for the book. Why in the world would he do that? Well, tonight, from a source who knows the answer to that mystery, Senator Lindsey Graham of South Carolina, Carlson said, without naming his source, it was Lindsey Graham who helped convince Donald Trump to talk to Bob Woodward. Lindsey Graham brokered that meeting. Lindsey Graham even sat in on the first interview between Bob Woodward and the president. How'd that turn out? The Washington Post, which reported on excerpts of the book and the recordings, reported that Trump spoke with Woodward during 18 separate interviews in which the president acknowledges he was downplaying the threat of the coronavirus to the public as early as February. It is unclear if Carlson is accusing Graham of also playing a role in convincing Trump to speak to Woodward following the first call. So this is actually really funny because with no proof, you're going to accuse this, I would say, fairly prominent senator. He's the chairman of the Judiciary Committee. Let me go look that up. And you're going to take him and say, hey, listen, I know I have no way of actually proving that you got the president to sit down and have this interview with this journalist that's known for drilling people, again, figuratively, not actually sticking a drill to them. But I'm going to say it's you anyway. Yeah, I was correct. See, I do pay attention to Congress a little more than most people. And it's always funny to remember that the relationship between Trump and Graham started off like trash, where Graham couldn't stand Trump and was protesting him getting selected by the Republicans as their nominee. And in a couple of months into Trump's tenure, he turned into this big stooge for him to where everybody makes fun of how close they are. Carlson just, there's actually another theory I have, which is he's known for taking anti-war positions. So he's done some good coverage of Syria and talked about, the U.S. screwing with people over there and some of the war hawks in Congress. And Graham is one of them. So maybe this is an attempt by him to speak negatively about a war hawk in Congress without actually talking about war. So he might next accuse Tom Cotton of plugging the phones. It's goofy, and he has no proof, but it's amusing nonetheless.